Good morning, everybody. I hope those of you who have come into town and spent the night had an enjoyable evening in West Lafayette Beach with the beautiful weather we provided you all yesterday. It could have certainly been worse. Those of you who were not here yesterday, just a couple of quick housekeeping things. Restrooms are out in the hallway and to the right, both men and women. In the room directly behind us is the break and networking room. So there is lukewarm coffee and tea in there at present. But the caterer has assured me that they will have fresh coffee in there and has apologized. So on behalf of them and us, please have some lukewarm coffee until the fresh coffee gets here. And that I mentioned that that's all the networking room as well. So to network amongst yourselves, but also there are tables and we have various laboratories from our different faculty across the college, the colleges and the schools that are manning. And so take an opportunity to learn about some of their research. They chose to be there. So they are specifically wanting to meet from people of an industry to either collaborate on research, learn about the training opportunities they do, or just to leverage some of the research that they're already pushing. So we're going to start this morning, as we always do, the second day of awards. So those awards, there's 3 separate award categories. One of those awards categories are going to be our poster session. So thank you to all who attended the poster session, the student poster session yesterday evening in Convergence, which is just 3 blocks down the road, or maybe 6 blocks down the road. A good time had by there. I know the students enjoyed talking about the research with many of you, but a special thank you to those of you who served as judges to help us pick which research really shined, and not necessarily just the research, but how well the student did in explaining the research, why it's relevant. So we do appreciate all of that. And beyond that, we appreciate everybody who is attending. And at any time, please grab any of us from CERIAS. So if you're a CERIAS staff member or one of our student volunteer ambassadors, please raise your hand. Adam, there you go. Okay, great. So seek us out if there's anything we can do to make sure that this your visit to campus is more educational, more entertainment, or point you again in the right direction of the restroom. So anything else that I'm missing before we go? Yes. Oh, very good. Thank you. So yesterday, we gave you instructions on severe weather. We didn't anticipate we'd actually have a fire alarm. But the instructions were both the same. So if there is an alarm that goes off in the building, regardless of the reason, that means that you're supposed to leave the building. So we'll orderly file down the stairs, not the elevator, and we'll stand between the buildings, between here, Stewart Center, and the Union. And then if for some chance later you're in campus, if there's an alarm outside, that's instruction to shelter in place. So if you're in the building or any building on campus and there is an alarm, leave the building. If you're outside a building and there's an alarm, you're supposed to seek shelter in a building. So let's hope that yesterday was our one and only occurrence, that we actually needed to heed those rules. But it is always good to prepare because it is Indiana in the spring and we could have some strange weather. Thank you, Spath. Yeah, that's right. With that, we're going to start with our poster awards. Now, granted, those students have classes, so there's a very good chance that none of them are here. They will all be notified. So if your name is announced as the first, second, or third place winner, please come up and we'll take a very quick picture. But again, I don't anticipate that we'll have any of those students here. So, oh, me, okay. It's before noon. Yeah, it's I was saying they were in class, but staff just noted it's before noon, so they're probably still sleeping. Okay, our second place winners was the ASM Profiler project that was students studying under Gustav Rodriguez Rivera in computer science. Our third place winner were students studying under both Professor Tatiana Ringenberg and John Springer. And when I read names like that, it makes me feel old because I remember when Tatiana was actually a student and not a professor here. And then honorable mention for, I'm sorry, on third place again. So, and they're in the Purdue Polytechnic in the computer information technology and cybersecurity majors. And then the honorable mention projects, perceptions of cybersecurity student preparedness and code blue gamification of incidents response. Professor Tatiana Ringenberg on that, and then also instructor Nicole Hands on those two. So I love to see, obviously, because this is no collusion with the judges at all, but we awarded computer science a second place. Third place, and honorable mentioned, were all out of the Polytechnic, which is a completely different college. And then our our first place, Lamix, rehosting embedded systems as Linux application for effective vulnerability detection, which are students in Purdue's electrical and computer engineering department, studying under both professors Jamie Davis and Everin Meshri. So are any of those students in attendance? Okay, very good. Well, congratulations to all those students. And again, thank you for all who did participate in the poster session, gave our students the opportunity to practice their pitch. And again, thank you to all the judges.
So it's time, my honor to announce the 2024 Diamond Award. So every year we recognize one, I guess most of the years, one student affiliated with CERIAS who excel in their academic endeavor, and especially those who have worked really hard and overcome some of the extra challenges and persevere and succeeded particularly well. So, you know, we kind of use the analogy of kind of turning coal into a diamond, right? So you have to undergo the heat and the pressure, like extreme heat and extreme pressure in order to become the diamond, right? That shines. So, you know, I always have the honor of announcing the solicitation from faculty nominating their student. And I always, you know, I want to hold on to the honor of making the announcement of the award for the past few years, right? How can I miss this as an educator? So, so this year we also solicited, you know, nomination among all of our CERIAS affiliated faculty across the university. So we received multiple nominations in the past 2 weeks. And as you can imagine, the selection and the final kind of final selection decision making is always very difficult. So yeah, so this is actually, so in the panel yesterday, I asked the panelists what keep them up at night. This is actually one of the things that, you know, kept me awake, you know, late at night, at least for one of the nights last week. So, so, you know, after a lot of discussion, you know, this is not just my own decision. So, you know, the CERIAS leadership, you know, we kind of make the decision jointly. So at the end, we have, we selected among all the nominees, 2 honorable mention and 1 winner. So now, without further ado, I'm going to, so the slide actually shows all of them, the 2 students who received the honorable mention honor and the student who wins the 2024 Diamond Award. So I asked Joe not to press the forward. So, I mean, I want to save that to myself. So now I'm going to do it. So I do it here or just here, right? Here we go. All right. So so let me, it's my honor to announce the 2024 Diamond Award. First of all, our honorable, the 2 students who receive honorable mention are Tian Tian Gong, in the Department of Computer Science, nominated by Professor Aniket Kate, and also Milos Stankovic, a student from the Department of Computer and Information Technology, nominated by Professor Umid Karabirk. And the winner of the 2024 Diamond Award goes to Muslim Oscar Osman, nominated by Professor Berkay Chelik from the Department of Computer Science. And all these students are affiliated with CERIAS. So we would like to invite both Professor Berkay and Oscar to come up to the podium and receive this award.
Nathan, will you be able to take the photo? The other annual award that we give out is the Pillar Award. And the idea of this is somebody who is not directly tied to staff generally, who has gone above and beyond to support. Get it, Pillar? Support CERIAS. And every year this is like this, the Diamond Award is very difficult because we're truly blessed and we have an awful lot of support both on university, off the university, with industry, who seem to buy into what we're trying to do in both exceptional research, help change the world to make it a safer place, as well as provide world-class education to our students across 20 different academic departments and 8 different colleges here at the university. This year, we chose someone who not only this last year, but for more than a decade has been one of those people who has been a pillar upholding and supporting what our mission has been. And so I'm gonna move because I know she's not here. So our award this year is going to go to Dr. Josephine McAuliffe. So Josephine had sat on our board for nearly a decade, and she was with a company that I couldn't even tell you. They had gone through so many name changes and purchases that I used to joke with her that I would quit my job if I could just have the printing contract, because every 6 months she had to get new business cards. So Josephine is the Senior Research Director of Peraton Labs. For those you don't know, Peraton is a consolidation of multiple corporations, but is a large piece of what at one time was Northrop Grumman's IT business, as well as Applied Communication Sciences and all these things, again, back there. But through each corporate change and buy and merger, Josephine was consistent in being a supporter of what we were doing. There was a time when Peraton Labs came in and they had dropped off the roster and had said, we need to find a way to get re-energized. At that same time, she ended up hiring one of our former PhD students who was teaching at another university here in Indiana. And he was taking his sabbatical with Peraton Labs, as he had sent many students there and worked with them. And had called me up and said, I got a crazy idea. I think Josephine's behind it, but let's talk this through. And so Danny Stanley, who's here with Josephine support, backdoor worked the whole thing that they now have a office right here on campus. Hired 7 staff members, and they are doing cybersecurity research on campus, collaborating. They have hired Purdue students to work with them, developed an unbelievable pipeline there. But Josephine McAuliffe has worked tirelessly to support our mission. So Josephine is actually traveling overseas right now and is not here to accept. But Danny Stanley, her co-conspirator to open the office here, is to accept on behalf. So Danny, if you'll please come up to receive the award for Josephine.